want to see if I might just hold the phone then, be honest. Hold on 1 second, guys. Let me get situated real quick. This ain't the Joker. It's supposed to be the clown dude from McDonald's, but I'm just gonna do it my own way. Basically, you don't really need a plan. You don't really need a plan. Sometimes you just gotta basically just paint what you feel like painting. Doesn't necessarily need to make sense. And where are my cups? I thought I had one more cup. I don't know. Let me get some water. One second. Alexa, play some chill music.
Sirius XM Chill from Sirius XM.
Yeah, so basically, you don't really need a plan. Especially with painting. Painting is fun just doing it. I'm gonna work on his skin color, so I'll try to see what I can do with it. It's not gonna look like this. This is what I started with. but I'm trying to change basically everything. And with paints, like I might even change I might even change everything. Because I want to make it kind of cartoony. So that will be his new eye. And with with paints, this is acrylic paint. And people are gonna say, oh, you're not using your brush right. It doesn't matter, to be honest. Like, yeah, you wanna give your brushes a lot of life, but at the end of the day, they're brushes and they're gonna get damaged. They're gonna, you're gonna use them. What you wanna do is always paint in one motion, like that. But I'm just redoing this whole entire thing just because it's been in my closet for a while. And I ain't really feeling it right now. Thing about acrylics is it dries quickly versus oils. Oils takes weeks to dry, depending on how much oils you place. But I also found out too that the drier the brush is, I don't know, a lot of people they like wetting the brushes. It's easier for them to blend, and all this stuff. But to be honest, I don't know. I like when the brushes are really dry. I'm just getting the eyes right now. Just kind of gonna make my own thing. Plus, I've already been told that this painting scares a lot of people, so I gotta calm it down. And it's all good. It is all good. But yeah, basically, with darker colors, or with the drier brush, I feel like you can do more with it. I feel like it almost leaves like I don't know if you guys have seen my chalk videos yet, but it kind of leaves like a chalk pattern behind, like a distorted chalk pattern when I have a drier brush. And I like that. It looks really cool. So but yeah, so if any of y'all ask, why are you painting with dry brushes or whatever? Why don't you use more paint? It's like, I enjoy painting dry like this. It just, for me, it leaves a better effect. It basically captures the texture of the canvas and then some. So it's almost like a photo after the filter. You know what I mean? It just gives it a little extra interest. It makes it a little more interesting, in my opinion. And also when I do my details, I basically almost have no water on it. Like right now, I don't really have any water on it. It's just literally as dry as you can be. And I like the effect. So unless I'm trying to change colors, then of course, I'm gonna have to wet my brush to I have to wet my brush, but a lot of this too is like you're sketching with a paintbrush. So you're just placing colors. And the good thing about acrylics is this is like, y'all thought it was easy to kind of fix mistakes in chalk. You can fix everything in acrylics because it's all about layering. I don't know if y'all follow my chalk videos, but a lot of the same principles apply here too. Like I would say, it's all about layering, and same with acrylics. It's all about layers, so you can hide a lot of your mistakes. You messed up, don't worry about it. Just reapply some more color or whatever you're trying to do, and yeah, you'll be good to go. So you see, like, and the blending is, I wouldn't say it's much easier, but it looks nice too. I feel like paints is the way to go if you really want something to stick out, Like obviously I'm just adding more white, which is blending with the darker black I just applied. See what I'm saying? If I want to go dark, it's a lot of it actually is the same principles as chalk. If I want to go darker, what do I need to do? Reapply some of the black again. I'll go lighter. What do I got to do? Doing what I'm doing right now. Applying the white. To be honest, I don't even know what I'm painting. I started with the eyes. Those are how I want the eyes to look. And I'm just going with the flow. Like I said, you don't need a plan. Just sometimes you just got to paint. Just start painting. Not only that, it eliminates the whole writer's block, that some people feel. Oh, I don't do stuff because I don't know what to do. I don't have a plan. Well, welcome to the club. I really never have a plan. See, like right here, I want the shine, so I gotta remember to paint in a circular motion too, so it looks more realistic, just like the chalk. See? And it's like it forms a gradient, See that? Slowly but surely it's forming that gradient. And then, like I said, if I want to go darker, just reapply that black again. But that's how you kind of discover your own style too. You just start doing stuff like, abstract. That style is literally you're doing anything and everything, and none of it is really making any sense. Like one of my art teachers told me, if you look at a painting and the first question that pops in your head is, what is that? You're probably, that can probably fit in abstract, because that's what your mind's supposed to tell you. You know what I mean? But also, that's why I like art, because you can literally do whatever you want and no one tells you anything. You're the creator of your own world. So clearly those are the eyes. I mean, obviously they're not gonna be perfect right now because I'm just figuring out what I want to do, and then just go from there. And then light back in, kind of just see, and how it blends much easier. This is without water too. If it was watery, I mean, yeah, the blending would be a little cleaner, but it would be a lot more wet. And I don't want to deal with all that. You know what I mean? So that's why I try to use it as dry as I can, just so I can have more to work with. Like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. Like, that's something you guys got to remember. There's really no such thing as perfection. Oh, I should reiterate, there isn't such thing as perfection. So if you think, no, it's not ready, it's not perfect, whatever, well, I guarantee you, you're probably never going to finish that piece then, because you're chasing something that's non-existent. A lot of the times, if you don't know it's ready or not and you're stuck, just release it. That's what I say. And you'll be surprised. Like, you'll learn to love that piece when you might have hated it. And then that unfinished part that you struggled with, that might have been what it needed. You know what I mean? Everything has a story. For those of y'all just joining, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just painting whatever. Okay, what I do know is I'm doing a face. That's all I know. And I'm basically just doing it the way I want him to be. Like, I'm painting him and the expression I want him to have, and that's it. That's all I know I'm doing. Everything else is just, I'm just painting. And some of these paints on this painting too, like the red, I kind of sketched it out with like pastels. So it's gonna, the color's gonna kind of travel with the white. And I also used, I think I used some oils on the skin tone. But, you know, it's all good. Obviously, just like the chalk, the black is what makes everything defined. It makes everything, it brings the depth into everything. Like, how strong of a story do you want to tell? You know what I mean? That's where the black comes in. And sometimes you don't need to go heavy black like me. Like, I've seen some amazing paintings that look like they're literally real. Like, they look like a photo, and they don't even use black. So it just depends what you want to do, what you want to accomplish. Now, obviously, this will be the time that you do rinse out your brush, because especially if you just paint it with black. But, you know, other than that, you really don't have to. I would just save the darker colors for last then, if you're trying to keep the brush as dry as possible. But everything plays a part, you know? Everything plays a part. You always want to go one motion, like this, you know? always want to go one motion. Because if you go like this, like you're drawing something, it's going to look kind of off because you're going to see the streaks. Kind of like for all the girls out there, you kind of treat it like you're doing makeup too. It's basically the same thing. You're applying makeup to a face on canvas instead of your own. So in a way, y'all kind of have the advantage. See that? It's basically what I'm doing right now. Even moving the brush like I am applying makeup. See that? And then it's gradually pulling some of the black in areas that I want. See that? Creating a nice shadow, nice soft shadow. See that? And it becomes way more real in my opinion. But see, that's cool, you know? And then just kind of overlap where the darkest point of the tone meets the middle point, and then just to soften it a little more. Like I said, move it like you're putting makeup on this guy. See? Do like circular motions. And a lot of times too, you can apply the black and then just come back later with the other colors because you already know it's going to blend. You know what I mean? See, I'm just kind of building these features, kind of creating some sort of shadow here. That's all I'm doing. I feel like freehand or freestyle, freelance, whatever you want to call this, like when you're just going off the dome, I feel like that's where your real artistry comes to play, because you're not, I can do another Blastoise painting, I can do a Charizard painting, I can do I can paint another Jigglypuff, but this is just how I'm feeling, what I want to do. What's up, kitty? So, you kind of discover the kind of art you really want to do when you just, when there's no rules. And that's what I'm trying to show y'all. There's no rules. You can actually do a lot more, in my opinion. And obviously, if you have Posca markers too, that'll help with like the tighter areas, the more smaller areas, but it's whatever you want to do. See, every brush matters. See that? It all has its own feel. It adds its own chemistry to the painting. See? What do you want, kitty? What do you want? What do you want? She's keeping me company. So if the painting gets knocked down, you know why? And I can kind of do what I do in chalk. Kind of leave a little line there We'll worry about that later. See, just like that. Gonna leave that alone. Just kind of just feather this out. Like I said, just like you're, for the girls out there, just like you're applying some makeup. I've seen my mom do makeup, wife do makeup. It's almost like the same, like you're basically just, you're doing this with the brush, you know, kind of like going in a circular motion. You see how it kind of blended and got a little brighter? This is just how I paint. There's different, there's a billion other ways to learn to know how to paint and to paint differently. This is just the way I've done it. I like the soft, smooth effect. You know what I mean? This is just me. You don't have to do anything I'm showing you. You cannot do a darn thing and you can still be all right. Know what I mean? But obviously, to get it smoother, you want to get those strokes as precise as you can. See? And then just kind of feather it out. Still going a circular motion so it looks somewhat real still. See that? Notice this is a circle, so the shadows need to show that it is, in fact, a circular object. And then what else am I doing? Kind of build the eyebrows a little more. But like I said, guys, this is just how I do it. You know, there's a billion other artists on this app that you can learn from. I'm just showing you what's helped me, what I've discovered and found out. You see when the brush is dry, you see the effect it leaves? You can see the texture of the canvas still. See that? These little, tiny little openings. That's what I like. That's why I paint as dry as I can. Because if it was wet, it would have covered all that, you know? But I like that effect. It's almost pixelated in a way. And distorted. But also, you know, painting should be peaceful. Anytime you do a hobby, it should be peaceful. You don't want to do it stressed. Stressed, you're not yourself. You make mistakes and it's like your emotional state's already heightened and you really can't think straight. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. You always want to do your hobbies as calm as you can. Like, I get it. Life is life. It has its own stress every now and then. But like I said, you won't be able to do the best artwork when you're stressed. You can do artwork when you're stressed. I've done that before. Sometimes it calms you down when you're stressed. But I've found out that once you're calm, in a state of calm, and then you do your hobbies, that's when the beauty comes out. What up, what up? So So obviously my paintings always start off very dark, kind of like my chalk drawings, just because I want to see how everything's gonna look. You know what I mean? That's just how I do things. I just like the strong lights and darks. I like the contrasts. For me, it tells a better story when there's strong contrast. That's just me though, like I said. Y'all can do your own thing. You don't have to do everything I do. I'm just showing you my process. And once again, I keep the brush nice and dry because it's just, for me, it's just easier to blend instead of just dealing with wet paint all the time. And you're just shaping everything the way you want to shape it. That's it. Last time I had music, they had flagged my live. But I guess it's just the technology. I was able to delete the songs at a flag, so that's pretty cool. Looking good so far. What are you painting? I was painting the Ronald McDonald clown from McDonald's, but changed my mind. Kind of just doing my own thing. It still might be Ronald McDonald, but just a different style, I guess. Just like my chalk videos, layers, layers, layers. Layers are very important. They're how things look real, or as real as they can look, you know? It just makes everything more elevated, I guess. Yeah, man, like, it's very important to learn your own style, how you want to do things. Because painting's cool, you know, like doing other people's art is cool, but you come to a point where it's like, okay, I'm just drawing or painting other people's stuff. You know, and then you want to kind of like invent your own style, or not, I wouldn't say invent, but like, you know, do your own thing. Yeah, I see artists all the time. They're like speed painting, and I'm like, dude, that looks so cool. But they've done it for so long. They know the process. They know what to do. You know, like, you know, it's just, art is just amazing all around. I love watching other artists work because everyone's different. Like, it's pointless to feel embarrassed or ashamed or whatever. You know, when you see a good artist, you're like, oh, they're so much better than me. There's a billion people better than me. There's gonna be a billion people better than you. That shouldn't stop. That shouldn't stop you. That's just like saying, oh man, because I didn't discover it first, I'm never going to do it. Because the person that discovered it first, they had the right to be like, nah, this is mine. You figure out your own thing. But, you know, other people just kind of did their own thing with it, you know? And then it's still art, it's just their style. That's how they develop their style, you know? See how the black really brings everything out. Like, it's a nice finish. Sorry guys, these are the times I wish I had like the Meta sunglasses so I can really give you some POV. I'm missing these comments, hold up. Tozy Gaming, I remember you, bro. Circle so perfect, thank you, thank you. Please say happy birthday to me because happy birthday, Kitty Noodle Slay. Thank you for joining the live on your B-Day. But yeah, the black creates like a final, it just makes everything finalized. And you can practice a lot, you know, like you might not even have anything to paint, but just paint a circle and then practice the lighting on the circles. You know, how it sits on a circle, and then that'll help you also. Next time you do eyes, next time you do some eyeballs, you'll get the shading right. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, I'm just chilling, basically. I don't know how much I will finish on this live, but for now, I'm chilling. Remember I said layers, so like you don't have to be afraid of going so dark, because once you bring some of the lighter colors back in, it'll start fusing everything together. But this is another reason of why I don't wet my paintbrushes, because the blending is soft and smooth. You see that? And I like that. Very, very cool. So I'm just going over the black, just like that. But the black is so pretty, man. Like I said, I like painting things with strong contrast. Yeah, you can tag me in your art shorts. I'll check them out. So see right here, I'm just brushing and brushing and brushing. And then let's apply some gray. I don't even know how I want the nose. Let's just apply some gray right here. See what I said about layers? Just fuses everything together. You'll be surprised how much paint you have on the brush. You don't always have to fill it up with paint. One dip on that color can travel a long ways. And paint does travel. Paint does travel. You don't believe me? Wear clothes you don't like when you paint, because you will get them on your nice clothes if you're wearing nice clothes, and they do not come off. No matter if you got OxyClean, it's just paint is melted wax. Acrylic is wax. Just like getting candle wax all over you. That is not coming off. It fused. But let's see, what else can I do? I can continue with the black. Get that eyeball. Now, of course, wetting the paintbrush will make the paint travel even more. I mean, this is an example. Let me wet my paintbrush just a little bit. Look how much easier it is to carry, but it also brightens the color too, as you can see. See? Much easier, but I don't really like that. I like when it's dry. Might be a little more work, but like I said, I like it when it's dry. See, and because the paintbrush is wet, I can grab more of this color. Kind of just but obviously, look, it's kind of faint. It looks like it's unfinished, you know? And that's the downfall about wet brushes. Well, like I said, you don't really make mistakes when you paint. You can solve mistakes when you paint. So right here, there was some darker color left in my paintbrush. I'm kind of just going with the flow, to be honest. If you want to hide that again, bring back that light. See how the eye looks really cool now? Kind of looks like my chalk. How I always leave that effect. Really, really cool. Oh yeah, paint is attracted to good clothes. I gotta take exactly. That's a good way to look at it. So I'm just kind of getting the paint on this. When you when you paint with a dry brush, it almost makes everything look foggy. And that's what I like. You know, it's like that smoky feel. where everything is in a way soft. I have like a soft style because I do that. Now I've tried doing I've tried painting like realistic ones before, man. But not to say it can't happen. It's just, if you're not familiar with it, you got to practice. You can't expect to be good the first time. You know what I mean? Unless you're just a prodigy. Like, it's always going to require some sort of practice. Give some highlight right here, just to make it look a little better. Just looks good when you do chalk. The shading always makes the art pop. The realism. Thank you, man. Well, I learned those techniques from painting. So like, all these things are interchangeable. You know, whatever you learn from chalk, you can apply to paints. Whatever you learn from paints, you can apply it to chalk. You know, that's the beauty of art. A lot of these principles can be carried to other mediums. See, I like that effect. How it's not a lot, but it's just enough to give it like the soft contrast. That's why my preferred method of painting is dry. Let me see. Kind of get more of that eye. Get some color on that eye. But there's so many good artists, man. So many. Like, I get pumped up when I see good artists. I'm just like, dude, you can do that?
Ease your way.
You know what I mean?
Into the day with down tempo and deep house. Sunrise chill.
Oh, let me let these dogs in real quick. Give me 1 second. All right. What up, E. Bruce? Yeah, black really solves a lot of problems. See, even what I'm doing right now, just lightly feathering the black. See, just lightly, back and forth, back and forth. You see that? And then just keep feathering it back and forth. Kind of go a little faster if you want results quicker. See that? To be honest, I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just doing it. Let's kind of give him like a skeleton nose or something. You also learn a lot if you look up books in anatomy. I mean, you might need your parents' permission, but it does help. You see how the body moves and stuff like that. That's how I learned a lot too. I would go to the library, school's library. We had especially art assignments. But like I like freehanding stuff. But you know, I like freehanding stuff because I'm just going off the top of my head. Like I said earlier, I enjoy like painting characters that are already made, but I have to look at the picture, you know, I have to get it right. Sometimes you just want to flow. And that's why, like, whatever you want to call freestyling, this style is basically freestyling. That's why this style is really cool, because you don't have to worry about, oh, this is incorrect. Like, no, you're going off the top of your head. You know what I mean? And we'll give him like a big mouth too. Like, let's see. Hey, what are you doing? Let me add some more white. This might be some abstract Ronald McDonald painting. Who knows? Who knows, man? That was a lot of white. Bio, yeah. Bio is a good, that's a good one too. Normally I chalk, but it's been raining. I'm not trying to go outside. Hold on. Hold on, let me put these dogs in the kennel. Go to the kennel, kennel. trying to see how I want his mouth. Let me test it out with some gray so it's not so dark. The darker the color, the more layers you have to apply to basically erase it. But that's the thing too, guys, like it's cool when you don't, when no one else has say in what you're doing, like especially in art, like no one can say, oh nope, that's not how it looks. Like I'm going off the top of my head. Like I'm the one making the rules right now. You know what I mean? That's one of the beauties of art. Like no one has a say. It's just you and your thoughts. Probably. Like I said, there's no plan in this. If I need to change it, I'll change it. I'll just kind of wing it for now. Let's see. Let's paint this. But yeah, like I said earlier, this would be the perfect time for my Meta sunglasses if I had some. You know, to give me the give you all the actual POV. Sometimes too, now that I'm remembering, I would literally, a lot of times I wouldn't have a plan. And to avoid writer's block, I mean, I don't know if that's what you call artist block, I guess. To avoid that, I would just like scribble on the paper. And then I'd do that for a couple seconds. And then if I saw a shape, hold on, I locked a cat in a room. Give me 1 second. Yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, I would just scribble on a piece of paper until I seen an image that I can work with. As weird as that sounds, I would do that a lot. So don't think you're weird. A lot of that is just, it's almost like a mind game. It triggers your mind that, oh, there goes artist block. I do see an image now. You know what I mean? Oh man, you're watching at school? That's crazy. I'm just waiting for the teacher to be like, what are you doing? That'd be funny if you were watching it in art class. Like, damn. That would have been the ultimate disrespect for that art teacher. Oh wow. All right, so let me start adding some black, I guess, just to give it a better. Notice I haven't changed my brush yet. I'm using the same brush. Let's see, so let's give him some big teeth. Nice gap. You're basically just doing it lightly because I'm building the image up as I go along. I do want his mouth to be like bigger, so let me see.
Sirius XM. Soft
Sorry if I'm not holding the phone
chill.
correctly sometimes. I'm trying to hold the phone and paint at the same time. Believe it or not, that's has its own difficulties. So just trying to get this mouth pretty big. Hi, John. Later. Yes, I am. I am using acrylic paints just to change it up. It's better late than never. Thank you for joining. But yeah, I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just going off the dome. Like I was saying earlier, you know, when you're painting something, you kind of have to look at it all the time. You know, is it correct? Does the head look all right? You know, whatever. But when you're going off your dome, off the top of your head, you don't have any rules. And that's when, in my opinion, that's when all the best art comes out. That's when your true style comes out. You know, when you're just painting just to paint. Like, I mean, I'm pretty sure y'all can kind of see. I was doing Ronald McDonald before, but I let it sit in my closet for weeks. And then now I was like, well, I mean, the template's there. I can follow the template, or I can just do my own thing. And then I was like, sure, let me do my own thing. Let me either clean it up or go completely the other way. yeah, it's exciting when there's no rules, you know? But I mean, this is how I do it. Y'all don't have to follow me at all. Y'all don't have to listen to me at all. I'm just showing you what I've learned and what I've discovered, what's helped me out. I like doing stuff that has strong contrast. That's just my style. I like, I guess, I don't know if you guys know who Rembrandt is. He's one of the ones that did a lot of strong darks and lightings in his paintings. And you're gonna see a lot of non-artistic ways to do things by watching my lives, but I'm also here to show y'all that there's really no, like, rules don't apply when you're an artist. Like, they really don't. You can listen to people say, nope, that's not how you do it. You gotta do it this way. And nah, I've made a splash doing it this way. Same with, you know, all the stuff I've done so far to this point. There's really been no rules. It's just really been just having fun. And that's where I've made my greatest impact, just having fun. So if Billy, who's the best artist in your school, comes along and is like, nah, dude, you gotta do it this way, you're getting in trouble. Like, nah. If it looks good, it's all that matters. There's a billion ways to do one thing. And it's up to you to discover which way you enjoy. You know what I mean? Like a lot of these principles that I follow, you can even learn when I chalk. It's a lot of the same principles. Yeah, I like it too. Thank you. Yeah, freestyling is the best. You know, it kind of clear your head. You don't have to follow, you know, a map, if you will. You just do your thing and that's it. But like I said, I've created my best art by not following rules. And yeah, a lot of the artists that we see on Instagram or on YouTube, they've developed their own style by not following rules. So, you know what I mean? It is what it is. And I know some of y'all paint. You're gonna see a lot of things. They're like, why is he doing it like that? My art teacher told me never to do it like that, whatever. I paint like this because I enjoy how it looks. Notice I rarely wet my brushes. I like it when it's dry like this, just because it has a cooler effect in my opinion. I like the, it's almost like my chalk drawings, how the rock shows, like the cinder block shows at the end. You see all these openings, you know, like you can see the canvas still popping through. I like that effect, you know? So, you know, it's like everyone will have their own style. Everyone's gonna learn their own way. Yeah, and whatever you enjoy, whatever helps you out, you know, stick to that style. But as for me, I just kind of wing it. Use your imagination. I took an art class senior year in high school, and my art teacher honestly didn't really teach much. She gave us. Exactly, I agree. And you know, but at the same time, that's how you develop your style, when you don't follow the rules, when you do your own way, when you go your own way, do your own thing. That's how your style is created. That's how it's birthed. So, you know what I mean? It's like you can follow the rules so long until it doesn't apply anymore. Like I remember I read a quote, I forgot who said it, but it said, learn the rules so that you can break them. And I was like, yeah, I can live by that. But if you watch closely, a lot of my stuff that I do, I kind of broke it down when I chalk. It's literally the same principles apply. You know, it's like that's why I love art. You can carry something in ceramics and then use it when you're painting. It all applies. And to be honest, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just doing it, and that's the best part. And then, let me see. I still kind of want it. Like, I always do funny stuff. So I'm probably gonna keep it funny, cartoony. That's kind of the plan here. Let's see, let's finish this side of his face. But yeah, I don't really use, like to be honest, I don't really use the proper brushes. I just use whatever I think will do the job, and it does the job. So I'm sure there's proper brushes to use for certain things, like, you know, but I'll be all right. I've been all right this far, this long. But let's see, let me get some of that gray, some dark gray, kind of bring in some shadows. Now, if the brush does get too dry, yes, you do want to wet it. I just don't like doing it like that, but it is what it is. I have 3 brushes, but I use 2 for everything I paint. Exactly. That's the same way that I do it. I have like 2 of them that are just used and abused. And I'm okay with that. But yeah, it's to each his own, you know, like however you feel comfortable. Like, to be honest, I'm no art teacher, never been an art teacher, yet I'm teaching. So it really doesn't matter. Like, if you feel you're good and what you know, that you're decent at what you do, yeah, by all means. Feel like showing what you do to others, go for it. I know the girls would relate, you know, how I blend. Basically, it's almost like putting makeup on, at least from what I've seen. That's how I get the soft look from, like, you know, you can kind of just act like you're putting makeup on your own face, you know, just like that. Or, you know, sometimes y'all do that in a circular motion. That's the same way I do it. Just, you know, look at a canvas, like, your face or someone else's face. You know, you're applying makeup to this whatever image it is, you know. Very true. I'm just and notice there's no plan, you know, like every time I do art, I don't have a plan. And that's one of the best things you can kind of do for yourself, not having a plan. All these abstract artists, they don't have a plan, they just do it. And then they develop their own style, they find their own way, and then it comes out really good. That's kind of what I'm doing right now. Plus, you know, gives you that chill mind frame. You always want to be chill when you're doing art. I've done art stressed out before, and it doesn't really come out as awesome as I want it to. And then obviously, I try to do everything dark first. That way it almost creates a template of where my darks will be if I want to keep them that dark. Where my highlights will be, you know what I mean? That's kind of why I do everything usually the same way. Even my chalk drawings. I always apply heavy black. And then if I want to keep it that way, you know, or if I want to go lighter, then I go ahead and do that. But see, you know, like my style is soft. I've been told that before. I have a very soft style. And that's because, you know, you're seeing what I'm doing. Rarely apply water to the brushes unless it gets too clumpy. And I treat it as like, you know, like I'm just brushing over something. And I like keeping the texture of the canvas. You know, it's like, it makes it kind of like a distorted look. See, I like how you can still see the texture, and it pays off. Yeah, I'm a calm, peaceful environment helps, at least for me. I can focus more. That's why I paint when my kids are sleeping. Yeah, and props to you, because we're in the same boat, having kids. That's the tough part. Yeah, that's the tough part. My kids, you know, you'll hear them half the time in the background. But hey, man, Dad's gonna make some art too, you know what I mean? Dad has to calm his mind too. So they get it, they understand. But yeah, kids are a whole nother crazy part. Emphasis on the crazy. Especially when they, at least my kids, oh, my little one, when I paint, Daddy, can I paint? No, let me finish. Because I already know he's gonna get all over his clothes. I already know that. I'm like, I'm not really trying to clean up. I'm just trying to chill. But it's good too, as a parent, when the kids see their mom or dad, you know, taking time and using their talent. It shows them a lot. It shows them a lot more. They're gonna start understanding that hobbies are that important. We need to set some time for hobbies, and it's going to be normal life for them versus someone that never does anything they enjoy, and the kids are just going to grow up thinking, oh, I just got to work and survive. Okay. Nah. Like, obviously, I have a job too, but nah, if I can teach my kids there's an outside world that you can get paid for doing what you love, why won't I teach them that? Why won't I show them that? That's the American dream right there. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely. Let me see. So what else can I add? Clearly I have no plan. It looks cool. Looks like a stone figure, which is awesome. What else can I add though? Probably add more teeth. Maybe a tongue. Tongues are always fun. Let's see. Look, I have all these brushes, and I'm only using this one. All right, so. All right, let me get the pink out. Give me 1 second. This is more of like a purple pink, but it can do the job. And I got some red. This is actually coming out pretty cool, I ain't gonna lie. So what am I doing? Oh, let me apply some white. I did. Now, let me see. Exactly. That's all it is too. The more you, I forgot what Albert Einstein said. He said, I'm gonna butcher it, but he said something like, man, I can't even think of the words he used. But it was something like, man, it's gonna kill me. I can't remember. Something about your imagination is like, man, you know what? I don't even want to butcher it. If you want to know, you can Google it. Because it's not even gonna mean the same thing when I explain it, so I'm good. But yeah, he talks about imagination. He has a very good quote about it. And that's all it is, man. Like, if you can imagine another world, it's almost like, you know, you create your own world. It's almost, you know, like you're the maker of that fantasy world. Like, you ever play Minecraft? You're creating that world. Literally, you're in the creator mode. And then I think you can have it to where other people can play in it too. But yeah, man, I want to teach them that 9 to 5 ain't everything. Like, there's a world outside of the boring, mundane. You know, like, yeah, I got a job too, but call me crazy. I don't look at it as a career. You know, that's just me. And, you know, I know you understand, Card, because you have your own YouTube channel, and I see you post too. I know like it takes a different animal to be doing what we're doing. Like you have to self-motivate yourself. You know, you have to it's almost a mind game. You got to give yourself pep talks, I guess, you know, like you know, I don't feel like going live all the time, but I'm building something. I don't feel like posting as frequent as I do, but I'm building something. You know what I mean? So it's like you have to kind of win your mind before anything. And I want to show my kids that, you know, or, you know, whoever's watching me, I want to pass that on. The mind is it can be a very scary place, but y'all don't understand how strong you are. You know, if you discipline yourself properly, you know, if you're building something that gives you purpose, and that's that fire you need. You know, when you understand that what you're building is greater than you, that'll be the reason you keep going. Because if it was a selfish thing, oh, I want people to see me or whatever, you know, that will die off eventually. You know, so that also keeps you on the right track when you understand that you're being watched by other kids, you know. That's helped me out for sure. See, it's all about layering. So you can see the mouth kind of still visible, even though I'm painting on the tongue. But, you know, user error, it's fine. Mine says everything can make or break you. I've been painting for 10 years, and everyone around me always said you should record yourself and post it. That's good. So you started posting this year, I'm assuming? So I finally listened and started posting. I didn't start my channel hoping to go viral or anything. For me, it was fun. Exactly. It's all that matters, really. Like, now, don't get me wrong. It's, you know, that is my goal. If I can do this for a living, oh, hell yeah. You know, but at the same time, it is, yeah, it is the hobby. It is the hobby that I neglected for a while. You said you've been painting for 10 years. There was a time where I didn't paint for 10 years. I might look young, but I'm not, I'm not that young. You know what I mean? So, yeah, there was a time where I didn't do any art for over about 10 years. I got a plan. I'm on a mission for sure. But yeah, now I'm like, if I can get paid eventually doing this as a job, bro, come on. And it kind of sucks because I see other people, they're just too afraid. And I'm like, bro, you can't think like that, man. You can't. Like, there's no way I can make a hate comment stop me dead in my tracks just because, I don't know, they called me dumb or stupid or whatever. They said I suck. There's no way I can let that stop me. It just doesn't make sense to me. Because chances are, a lot of these comments are like from kids. I love y'all, man. I love the kids for sure. But I'm not going to allow a 10-year-old commenting something hateful stop me. That doesn't make sense. If I let that happen, that would mean my own kids have power over my life. Nah. You know what I mean? Like when you start breaking it down like that, it's like, why was I afraid again? And don't get me wrong, you know, I understand it's harder for some people. I get it. I get it. It's how they were raised. It's a lot of self-esteem issues. I totally understand, man. I totally understand. I was blessed to have a mom that showed me how to really love myself, you know, and that kind of carried me along some crazy times. And you know, when I needed her the most, when I needed her and my brother the most, they were there. And that defined a lot for me. Like, you know, no matter what happens in life, the real ones will be there. And but like I said, it all came back to my mom showing me who I was at a young age, you know, and not once have I mean, call me crazy, like I said, and it is a parenting issue, but not once did I ever think I wasn't, that I sucked, you know, that I couldn't do it. Not once did I think that. And that's because I had an awesome mom. That's it. And I understand some people don't have that luxury of having awesome parents. But that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. Maybe, you know, I'm talking to one of those kids right now, you know what I mean? And I can change their way of thinking. But it is a mind game. It really is. Let me see. No name was good, bro. Let's see. I create what I want and I post it. However wants to watch can. Whoever doesn't, that's okay with me too. I'm doing something I love and no one is going to stop me or put me down. See, that's freaking awesome. But that's the key. You know, that's, I'm assuming you had good parents as well. You know, that's where you, if you were taught like that, raised like that, you know, it's, you basically won. But like I said, there's, you know, people out there that might not have their parents, might have had, you know, shit parents. And it gets them thinking crazy. But that's the thing, you know, you got to also think about like what you want to leave behind as a legacy. I want to leave behind a legacy that's like, oh yeah, I know that dude. He was the reason for this or the reason for that. Like, you know, he helped me when I thought I wasn't good. He simplified it. And then, you know, I've done a lot of art or whatever, music or whatever. I was myself because of this dude. And that's the legacy I want to leave behind. I'm glad your mom supported you in your journey. My parents weren't into art. I felt like the black sheep. I learned a lot, majority through watching others and just practicing. Yeah, you know, some people have that life too. You know, just like you know, my dad left when I was a kid, so I had to learn how to be a man. I had to learn how to, you know, I didn't have that male figure. So what do? Go on YouTube, you know, or not only YouTube, Instagram. I follow dudes that in my opinion, define what a man is, and they help me out. You know, my dad's still alive, but we're already old enough. We got our own families. You know, I wish he was there, just like a lot of other families kind of wish their parents were there. But at the same time, you know, I follow this guy. He goes by the name Tony Robbins. I don't know if you guys know who he is, but you know, he says life doesn't happen to us, it happens for us. I'm like, damn, kind of made sense. You know, like, it's true. We can complain, oh, why was my life this? Why was my life that? And don't get me wrong, you have every right to complain. But if our lives were any different, we would not be who we are today. If it was just any different, you know? That's the crazy part. It's like, that's how, I guess, important our lives were for us to adapt and become who we are right now. If it was any different, we would not be who we are. So Banana Kiro, I guess myself, I want them to try new things and learn to have fun. They love painting, and that brings me so much joy because I achieve some everything I know. And that's awesome. But yeah, you know, like, it's crazy. It's crazy to think about if life was any different. I think everyone has those thoughts before. Why couldn't life be a little different? But if it was any different, we wouldn't be who we are. And that's the key. We're not really, as much as we think we are in charge, we're not really in charge. Many things are outside of our control. And we just gotta keep going. Just gotta keep going. But you know what? We made it. We're all here. We live to see another day. We live to see another day. And someone's gonna need our life experiences. You always gotta think of it like that too. Someone down the line, you know, that will need what we've already discovered. Get this inside this tongue real quick. Needs to be a little darker. I didn't even add black to this tongue. I might have to just to kind of tie in the strong shadows on his face. Let me see. Well, for now, it looks good. Everyone has a choice in life. I grew up in a rough neighborhood, drugs everywhere. Crime rate super high, and teens going to jail at age 16, but I didn't want that for myself. Got raised in school, joined the army at 18, served for 7 years. Now I have a family doing something I love. See, that's awesome. And you got out of it, which is really good.
Deep house.
Yeah, thank you for your service, for sure.
Turbo beats.
Appreciate it. You choose your life. Very true, man. Very true. That is very, very true. Let me bring out some white again. Let me finish his cheeks, his cheekbones. Yeah, that is very, very cool. Very cool. And that's the thing too, you know, I know for me, you know, what's kept me on the right track when times got crazy was the fact that I had my kids watching me, you know what I mean? That definitely keeps you grounded, even on crazy situations. If you know you have your kids on your side, they give you strength just having them. You know what I mean? And yeah, that kind of helped me out a lot when, you know, I've lived through good, bad, and uglies and never left the kids behind in any situation. And they were definitely my strength. So kids, you know, you're your parents' strength, whether they tell you or not. Just you being in their presence, in the same house or whatever, that helps them out a lot. What else am I trying to do here? Add some more white. You're in art right now? That's awesome. But yeah, it's cool. Like I said earlier, you know, like when your kids see the parents doing something, it motivates them. You know, we didn't, a lot of us didn't have YouTube growing up, obviously. Like, you know, we didn't see YouTubers making a living. It might have knew about it, you know, knew of the website or whatever, but seeing it actually being, you know, a profession, that's where it's like, whoa, you know, times definitely changed for sure, but changed for the better, in my opinion. A lot of better things have happened. Let me see. Let's add some highlight right here. be honest, I always put the lighting above their head, but this one almost has like a side lighting. Like if the lighting's like right here at an angle. Kind of like it like that. It looks pretty cool. Yeah, art is an awesome class to take. Things are for my kids, whatever they are. Yep. Very true, very true. Then when they start getting really good at it in school, and then they start getting their own little awards and their own little art shows, that's awesome. Like I want to show my daughter that you know, you can be some art YouTuber if you want. Like, you know, she loves drawing, painting, whatever. And that's, you know, I want to show her that. Like, I don't want her to think she has to work at, you know, fast food or whatever. Like, this is a different time. You know, who knows if when she becomes an adult, she's going to have the option to actually, you know, carry her artwork wherever she goes. Like she can either be a YouTuber, a streamer, whatever. Like it's just a different time. It's just crazy to think about it. It's a real thing now. That's why I'm trying to take advantage of it, you know, like, man, you're telling me I could potentially make my hobby my job. Why would I not try that out? All right, what am I doing now? Probably just kind of continue his draw. In this case, I use some water because my paintbrush is getting a little too clumpy here. I can probably keep this too as like his lip, maybe. Who knows? Let's see, just kind of just do the outline. Growing up, I didn't have that support. Whatever I wanted to do, my parents shut it down. So I think it's beautiful that you are trying to support your daughter and show that it's possible to do something you love, and this can be your life. Exactly. Yeah, and you know, I'm sorry you had to go through that. You know, that happens a lot. You know, a lot of people. That's why I owe it to my mom, man. My dad wasn't. Don't get me wrong. I love my dad. I don't cry about it every night anymore. Like I'm old enough to where I understand things now. Everything makes sense. So, of course, when I was younger, yeah, definitely cry about it. But now it's like I don't lose sleep over it. You know, what's done is done. You know, and all that. But my mom was there all the time. You know, and it's even crazy to see that she's still very supportive over everything I do. She's like my number one commenter on social media, you know. She won't do it every time, but she does it a hell of a lot of times. You know, whether it's a YouTube short or a reel or whatever, my mom's almost always in the comment section. You know, good job, or I like it, or whatever it is. But I'm like, damn, man, like, makes me sad that there's, you know, parents out there right now, even till this day, that they don't give that support to their kids. Like if I'm giving support to anybody, obviously, besides the spouse, right? It's always going to be the kids. Always. It has to, because that's the kids are the future. You don't want to raise, you don't want to mess up. I mean, yeah, there's no book on how to parent the best. Like, we're always going to fall into those problems as a parent. But if you try your best to raise them right, you will go to sleep peacefully. Like you're going to know that my kids are going to be the best they can be. You know what I mean? Like a lot of times when I'm parenting my own kids, I'm like, damn, they're already ahead of where I was. You kind of like almost compare their childhood with yours. You're like, damn, I didn't even do this when I was that age. Like, they're already ahead of me. And that's a good feeling. When you can definitely set them up for success and, that their self-esteem is there. They don't ever have to question them. I don't play the favoritism card either. Like a lot of parents do too. I'm like, hell no, man. Like I said, my mom did a very good job. She's not perfect, but she did a very good job. Call me spoiled, but when my brother would have his B-day, I guess it'd be both ways, but I guess I was the younger one, so I would throw a fit. She would buy me a gift for his birthday too, so I wouldn't be crying. Yeah, was I spoiled? I mean, that kind of indicates I was spoiled, but she taught us like favoritism wasn't a thing. And there's some of my family members that do have favoritism. They do show favorites for whatever reason. And it's stupid because it makes the kid feel bad. And it's like my mom never played that. Never played it. And then obviously I, carried that to my kids. I treat them all the same. I don't care if they're small. I don't care if they're cute, whatever. It's like, nah, I'm not going to pick favorites. You're all loved the same way. I will treat you all the same way. I don't care what, others say. Like, nah. Like, I'm going to treat y'all the same way. I'm going to love y'all the same way. And I tell them that too. Like, everyone is the same. I don't love your brother more than I love you or whatever. It's like, you guys know that. But once again, I learned that from my mom. She did a very good job. I'm actually very blessed to have, the mom I did have. Because she really didn't have that great of a childhood either, but she was able to undo a lot of the BS. And that's kind of what you want to do as a parent. Your goal is to not have your kids go through the same things you went through. If you can prevent them, why not? You know what I mean? And that's where the love of the parent shines. Like there's things that I've already, for lack of a better word, like destroyed that my kids will never deal with because I like cut it off from my family line, I guess you can say. You know what I mean? Like the very things I used to deal with or struggle with or whatever, they won't have to deal with that anymore because that's not a thing anymore. You see what I'm saying? It is a thing and It's a horrible feeling. My youngest sister was the favorite. Being a parent now, I love my kids equally. I play with them equally, and I tell them I love them all day long, and that's awesome. That's how it's supposed to be. Like even now, you know, like I see some, you know, favoritism going on. Not from my end, obviously, but I still see it going on, and I'm just like, and it sucks because you see what it does to the kids. Like, it makes you have low self-esteem. There's really no other way around it. Like, why wouldn't you have low self-esteem if you're constantly looking for that love that you're not receiving? You know, and it's hard to kind of get out of that slump. And that's the thing, you know, like, I would say I'm very, how do I say it? My state of mind is very good. I make sure my state of mind is very good, is well kept. Even when I try to paint something or draw something, sometimes it's difficult. And sometimes it's like, damn, man, this is going to look like, oh, it's going to look so dumb because I can't even do it right. What do? I still do it. I still challenge myself. You know, so, you know, obviously I owe it to my mom for doing her thing. And then I, you know, kind of like what you said, I try to pass it along with my kids. Like, I want them to know they don't suck. And what happens when Johnny from school says you suck? Like, well, you know, I put him in those scenarios. Like, just because they say you suck doesn't mean that. If you enjoy it, let's say your skill's not there. By definition, you might suck by definition. But if you enjoy it, you're gonna get better. It's inevitable. But what you don't want to do is quit entirely because Johnny or Billy, whatever, said so. They see your potential. That's why bullies are there. They see your potential. They know you're going to be you're going to offer way more value than they can offer. And they're scared of that. They're afraid of it. So if they can keep you down as long as they can and try to manipulate you into believing you have nothing to offer, of course, that just makes them feel better. This really has nothing to do with you, as weird as that sounds. It has nothing to do with you. It's them. They're fighting their own demons, you know? Unfortunately, you get that a lot, you know? But it goes back to the parenting. So if you can do the right thing now, you've just saved them from years of just craziness. So, you know, you've done a lot more than what you think. I want to make sure I emphasize that. If you're already taking them out of the trenches mentally, you've done a lot more than what you think. And speaking from experience, the kids will see it. So it will not go, it will not just fade away. They will see it. They're taking note right now. And then in 10 years, 20 years, they'll be telling you what I'm saying right now. My mom was there for me, you know, she didn't quit. She did this, she did that. You know, that's the reason why I'm so confident, because mom, you know, she told me to do this, do that, to be this way. All that matters. So I tell my kids, like, everything you do matters. It's the G. He's back making great art pieces always. Thank you. I agree. Favoritism is not good for any child experience, whether they're favorite one or not. It's very damaging. It is very damaging. Yeah. Crazy, man, crazy. But if you really break it down, because I know some very close that do play that game, my theory is like, yeah, it was, they saw that, for instance, their dad, they didn't receive a lot of love from their dad. And they saw that, they felt that someone else was receiving that love, even if their dad was unaware. And then that kind of created a target for them. Like, you know, it's sometimes it's some weird stuff like that, but like they blame the child because they see like their dad, let's say it's a grandpa situation, right? The mom never really got love from the dad. And then when the grandchild comes into play, the grandpa showing a lot of love to their grandchild. And then the mom is still like, man, where's my love? You know? And because she sees her dad showing love, more love than she felt like she deserved, or that she felt she didn't receive growing up, to the grandchild, she creates a target on the grandchild's head, and the grandchild has nothing to do with anything, doesn't even know what's going on. And those are like the saddest scenarios. I mean, I've seen that in action, and it's just so sad. Trying to get this highlight decent enough. Some parents are good, and I love that. I respect that. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I hope your mom watches this live stream later so she can hear all the wonderful things you said about her. I hope my kids talk about me like this when they grow up. They will. They will. They will. And I'm not just saying that just to say it. I'm saying from experience. Kids will see it. Kids are taking note of it. They might be obviously too small right now, but as they get older, things will start making more sense. When they become our age, then, you know, you can hear it from their own lips. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. But see, guys, I'm a nice guy. Don't get fooled by my artwork. I'm a very nice guy. I know that can throw some people off. They say your art is a reflection of you. It's like, is it? Sometimes it is. Sometimes it's just, I'm just doing whatever. Get some of that white. Just trying to notice I haven't even switched my brush yet. It's just how I do things. Try to show y'all that there's a lot of rules that you can do without. You don't really need that. What else am I doing? I mean, he has hair. I don't even know if I want to keep that hair. I might just color. I'm gonna have to wet the brush right here. Kind of drag out the color. Let me just close this off. Just like that. See what we're working with. But on another note, hobbies are very important. Hobbies are very important. If it's something you enjoy doing, word of advice is try to graft it into your daily schedule if you can. I understand you probably won't be able to do it every day, but have a schedule. Do it like, you can't do it every day, which is pretty intense sometimes because we're all adults here, or some of us got some responsibilities. Try to do it, either every other day or every Wednesday or whatever. You always want to involve that. What character you make? Sorry, I don't speak English. I don't know if it's a character. It started off as Ronald McDonald from McDonald's, that clown dude. Y'all might be too young to even remember that clown, but now I'm just doing random stuff, to be honest. Just doing, I guess, my own character. But yeah, you always want to try to keep your hobbies, look at them like they're human. Especially if you're trying to do a YouTube channel, understand that like kids, right? They're growing whether I'm there or not. Right? It's in their DNA to grow bigger and stronger or whatever, older, right? They're growing whether the parents are there or not. With your YouTube channel, or even with I guess you can say your small business, because in a way this YouTube channel is a small business. It's not growing if you're not there. So you need to look at it like that too. Like, if I want this thing to grow, I must feed it. There's no other way around it. I must feed it. That's why you always want to do a schedule if you can, because trust me, I completely took it out of the picture at one time. And then I was sad. I was like, man, life was boring. It wasn't fun anymore. And I was like, is this real life? Literally, like those memes. Life isn't about, what does it say? There was a meme I seen that was like, something like, life is not about paying bills and dying, or something like that. Like, there's more to it, and it's true. Bills will always be there. But you always want to, if you can, make up some schedules to do your thing. Because the moment you take it out of the picture, it's almost like you're going to lose purpose in a way. And then I promise you, when you bring it back in, you're going to be like, oh, that's why Ken Moore does art a lot. Oh, okay. I used to get sick of seeing him on my timeline. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, that's exactly why. And I'm obviously building my YouTube channel. But I've already tried it before. I've already tried cutting it off cold turkey. It's all trial and error. So those of y'all that enjoy doing something, whether it's art, playing games, baking, whatever, Make sure you do that often, and make sure you challenge yourself. I remember Ron McDonald when I was little. I had to stay at Ron McDonald's home. It was a care home for patients. People who know would make fun of me for it and call me Make-A-Wish kid. We had to move. Yeah, and unfortunately, that's just something that comes with it. But you know, like I said about bullies, they have nothing to offer. You know, and it's like, I know it's easier said than done. I totally understand. You know, but if you can remember that their life sucks. That's the reason why they're doing it, and it has nothing to do with you. Because look at babies when they're born. When all of us were born, we knew no wrong. We didn't even know what evil was. Even now, you ask me now, do you enjoy life? Hell yeah, I enjoy life. And I've had hard times. And I tell everybody, I mean, yeah, it's just something I say, but I really believe it. I always tell everyone, I'm like, when I die, I'm gonna die with a smile on my face, because I don't regret what I do. Like, everything I do, I've already given at least 14 thoughts of why I should or shouldn't do this. You know what I mean? And when it makes sense to me, I do it. So I don't have room to regret. There's no regrets. You know, and the people that are in a bad spot, they live in regret. They've done the bad decisions, and now they have to live with the consequences. Me? I live life to the fullest, but I do it very safely. I don't do things that in 10 months I'm gonna be like, I should have not done that. I don't do those things. Why? Because I don't wanna live in regret. That's it. As simple as that is. I wanna sleep at night. You know? I wanna do what I need to do that benefits others as much as I can, so that it doesn't come back to me like, oh, so-and-so told me this happened, and, you know, nah. Life is too amazing to live dumb. You want to enjoy it. We're only here for a limited amount of time. You know, why not enjoy life? And, you know, like I said, I've lived through good, bads, and uglies. And you know what? Like I said earlier, it wouldn't, if none of those things didn't take place, I wouldn't be who I am today. So now I can help people that have gone through certain things, you know? Sorry, what's that? Don't let that bring you down. Keep your head up and push forward. I gotta go grocery shopping now. You can eat everything. Bye, guys. I think your paint's coming out great. Can't wait to see what's done. All right, y'all have a good one. All right. I appreciate y'all joining my live this long. I know I've been on here for a minute. I'll probably actually call it quits pretty soon. But yeah, y'all are awesome, man. Y'all are awesome. And that's the thing, you know, if you can learn from what life has given you, you can you know, kind of use that to help someone going through that same situation, that's all that matters. That is the point of life. We're here to help. Unfortunately, I wish we, you know, could be at peace every day of our life, but that's not the planet we live on. There's great evil on this planet, but there's also very, very amazing things, very, very amazing memories, amazing moments. So, in the words of Tony Robbins, who I follow, if you're gonna talk about the bads, you better talk about the goods also, because that's life. Life isn't just one-sided, it's everything. And that's, you know, that helps me. It helps me, you know, get through the hardships, especially when, you know, like I mentioned my dad, you know, he wasn't there for the important parts of my life, but that didn't stop me. I just got on Instagram and started following people that I thought were real men, you know what I mean? Since I didn't have a father figure. I like that eye. I like how that's coming out. It looks really cool. I really like that. I really like how that turned out. Looks really good. Let me try to add some dark, some black to the other eye. Let me add some black to this other eye, and then I will probably have to hang it up too, because what time is it? Yeah, I got to do some stuff as well. Let me see. Probably just like this. So you just feather it in. Obviously it's a dry brush, so it's not gonna spread that easily. Where's the white? Actually, let me add more white. See, all these strokes matter. That looks pretty cool too. I ain't gonna lie. That really looks good. I like the eyes. They look really good. I really do like these eyes. Let me see this. See, when you don't have a lot on the paintbrush too, you can kind of just feather the feather the dark color or light color in a little bit. Just like I said, it's kind of like you're putting makeup on this guy. That looks pretty cool. I like it. OD is back. What's good, bro? I really like this thing. Let me see if I can continue with the shadows. Let's see. Getting some of that dark back in. Just like that. See how the elements coming back. Just like that. All right. It's getting there. But guys, I'm gonna hang it up. Been painting for a while. Y'all have a good one. Thank you for seeing this painting come from Ronald McDonald's face to whatever it is now. But yeah, it looks pretty cool. I like it. It's really random. Anyways, y'all, love y'all. Be safe. Appreciate the love and support. Y'all be good, all right? Don't forget to subscribe. Always believe in yourself. Keep doing what you enjoy. Much love. Peace.